Hello, welcome to your Broward College Library. I'm looking at the Academic Search Complete database today. I've already logged in through the North Campus Library webpage, which you can see in another one of these podcasts. But you can see I'm on the basic search bar level here that opens by default. I do have an advanced search if I wanted to specify the title or of a work or a person here. I could do that with the advanced search. Otherwise, I do have things that I can limit down below here. I do have the Boolean by default selected, so I can use and, or not to narrow my subject, which we'll take a look at in a minute here. The full text is selected also by default, which means that when I get a list of results, it will open the full article. I won't have just a citation that I'll have to go look up then. And you may be required by a professor to look at only academic or scholarly journals, so I could click that at this point, and they may require you to look at things just from the last couple years or 5 years, say, and you could set that date range here. But all of these things are going to be on a toolbar that will come up beside the list of items when you do a search, so I could set it that way as well. So if I put in a topic here, put in obesity, for example, it's going to make some suggestions to me, and like the second one here, it's using the Boolean and to narrow the big subject obesity down to obesity in children. And I think I may select that because that'll be narrower than the big subject of obesity. So then I would just hit the search button there, and it should open up a list for me of results. You can see here's my list. I can scroll down and take a look at that. But if you look at my toolbar, you can see at the top I've got 9,900 results, and that's just a lot to look at. So I would want to narrow that down. So I would take a look down here. I could narrow it to academic or scholarly, like I was saying before. Under that, you'll see a timeline. It goes all the way back to 1937, so I don't need to see documents that far back, I don't think. So maybe I'm going to set just the last 10 years here. It'll gray out the screen. I just click on Update, and then it'll cut down my list here, a few hundred. And then I can look further down the toolbar here, and I've got journals, magazines I could click on. And then you'll see I've got this subject, thesaurus. Now it's open. If I open it again here for you, you'll see there are subtopics within this. And even the show more here gives me more topics. And these would be even narrower focus, so I could take a look at, say, for example, school children could be very interesting for us. So now I've got a list of 203 items instead of 8,500, which will be much more manageable. And I could continue to narrow this with my subjects. You can see these numbers are getting smaller, or I could do the show more and get the whole list again. Or I could take this away if I didn't like the list and look at the whole list again. But from here I could start actually taking a look through my list and clicking into them and seeing which ones interest me, which will be the subject of part 2 podcast on the Academic Search Complete. But for now, thank you.